I know no one from Criminal Minds ever sees my videos, but if they ever did, I would feel so awful about this, guys. I don't want to say it, but I'm gonna say it. Oh my god. Hey guys, what's up? It's Caitlin here, and today I have another Criminal Minds video for you guys because I know you really like those. And today I'm doing a controversial video. I am doing my unpopular Criminal Minds opinions. Now, these opinions might also include things that are just generally controversial or opinions that maybe people haven't really thought about or something. But most of these are pretty unpopular. Actually, like, I'm genuinely really nervous to do this video because I'm afraid that you guys are gonna get really mad at me. Please don't. I mean, I'm just trying to share with you guys the opinions that I have that are unpopular because I know we all have them. So please don't hate me. Like, feel free to tell me in the comments that you totally disagree with what I'm saying, but don't hate me. That would be mean. If you guys are new here, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel because I put out new Criminal Minds videos almost every week now, honestly, and I wouldn't want you guys to miss those. Wow guys, I really am going to be spilling the tea today. Hopefully not physically on myself because I'd rather not do that, you know? So without further ado, let's get right into this video. So my first unpopular opinion, guys, is that Jason Gideon is better than David Rossi. It hurts me to say these. This is gonna be a painful video. Oh god, I already hate this. I do love Rossi. Please don't get me wrong. I love Rossi. I love Joe Mantegna. I think Rossi's character is really cool. I just think Jason Gideon was a better character, in my opinion. I know a lot of people hate him, but to be completely honest with you guys, I don't get why so many people hate him. He's such an interesting, complex, deep character who is just so freaking awesome, you know? People often admit that the first few seasons were better than the more recent ones, but then they said that they hate Jason Gideon, and I'm like, but what you don't realize is that the reason that those seasons are so great, or one of the reasons that those seasons are so great, is because Jason Gideon was in them. One thing I see people say a lot about him is that he's cold and not kind and has no heart, and I'm just like, did you guys even watch Riding the Lightning? Did you watch that episode? Because Gideon's investment in, I can't remember, Sarah Jane? Is that her name? Oh, I mean, that episode in general is just, you know. I don't know, guys. I think he's a really, I mean, I always love the emotional moments, so I think I love Jason Gideon because he's such an emotional character, and he's also just, he's so passionate. He's so passionate about the things that he loves, just like I am. Like, I'm a fangirl, so whatever. He's so into art and birds and just the way he invests himself in the cases, and how can you not love the fact that everyone that he saves, like, he writes that down in a notebook, and like, he's just really, really loves his job and clearly has found his purpose in life, and I just absolutely love Gideon. I'm really sad that he had to leave after 2 seasons. I also want to say quickly that you should never hate a character because you don't like the actor, or vice versa. Never hate an actor because you don't like the character, because they're very different people, and I know a lot of people don't like Mandy Patinkin for reasons that I understand, but that doesn't mean you have to hate Jason Gideon. So if that's your reason for hating Jason Gideon, maybe reconsider. That's how I feel about Jason Gideon. I love him as a character. I think he's great. Number 2 is a similar kind of thing. I personally think Erin Strauss was a great character. She was definitely made out to be the enemy. They tried to make her look more evil than she was. Here's the thing with Erin Strauss. She was the boss. Being the boss isn't easy. If you watch The Office, you know all those moments where they show how Michael Scott's job is actually hard, and part of the reason why a lot of people hate him is because he has to make those tough decisions that are going to make people hate him. Well, I feel like that's the same with Erin Strauss, where she butts heads with Hotch a lot, but that's because Hotch sometimes wants to take these big risks, and she's like, how can I justify letting you do that? As frustrating as it is to watch in the moment, when you think about it, I mean, she's just being logical. If things go wrong, things come back down on her, and she is the one who has to explain it to people above her. As much as I understand how frustrating she can be sometimes, she's also just doing her job just like the rest of them are, and I think she's a great overall character. The fact that they did what they did to her still upsets me, but at the end of the day, I think Erin Strauss is great, and I don't know, that's just my opinion, guys. Please don't hurt me. Opinion number 3, I miss the style that the episodes were shot in in the early seasons. To me, I just think the look and feel of the whole show was better in the early seasons. Not just the storylines, but also the look and the feel of it. I used to love, do you guys remember in the first few seasons when they used to do those green screen effects where they would be giving the profile or even just talking to other members of the team, and then they would like green screen them into the actual location where the crime was, or just kind of like these make-believe situations where they were like right there with the unsub. They used to do that a lot and they don't do it anymore, and I really loved that. I thought it was so cool and so well done. And I could be wrong in this, but I just feel like the actual physical look to the picture like used to be a little grainier and the color used to be more interesting. I don't know, I like that little bit of grain. I don't know if like I'm totally wrong, but if you guys like, if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. Just had a little bit of a grainier texture, but I don't know. That's probably a very unpopular opinion, but that's just how I feel, guys. Number 4. So this one I have brought up in the past, and that is, I believe that Spencer Reid is asexual or demisexual. Most people believe that Reid is bisexual, and I totally respect that opinion, and I totally can see where you're coming from, but my personal belief is that he is asexual or demisexual. If you say he's asexual, demisexual, as well as being biromantic, then I'm totally down with that. Whatever his romantic attraction is kind of up in the air for me. If you guys don't happen to know what that means, asexual means that they have, it's a spectrum, so this isn't like a set in stone definition, but asexual means no sexual attraction toward anyone, and demisexual is you can have a sexual attraction towards someone once you get to know them and you develop a personal relationship with them. For me, I feel that Spencer Reid is not somebody who really needs that physical aspect of a relationship or desires that as much, but I think emotional relationships with other people are super, super important to him. I have my reasons for thinking this, and they're probably biased and whatever, but that's just how I feel about Spencer Reid's sexuality. I'm totally open to like everyone else's opinions on that, because I think with Reid, it's just so unknown. Like there's just so much we don't know. I think he's asexual, demisexual, and then in terms of romantic, either hetero-romantic or biromantic. This one you guys might get mad at me for, please don't hurt me. My 5th opinion is that season 6 wasn't that bad. Okay, hear me out. In terms of casting, it was that bad. What they did to AJ and Paget in season 6 was disgusting, and I absolutely do not support that decision whatsoever. And I definitely missed JJ and Emily as characters in that season. I mean, we had Emily for most of it, but then, you know, she was gone at the end. And also, Seaver and Todd were kind of boring characters. In that realm, yes, it was that bad. But I will not discount the quality of some of the episodes in that season just because the casting was bad. One of my favorite episodes, just because I think it was so well done, is JJ. It's so sad and it's upsetting because JJ's leaving, but I just think that the whole way that they did her exit in season 6 was beautiful, and it makes me cry every freaking time, but I love it so much. I think it's also easier to watch now knowing that she comes back, because you're like, oh, okay, it's not that bad, like she's coming back. Into the Woods, What Happens at Home, The 13th Step, Coda, and the Lauren storyline. All great episodes, and they all happen to be in season 6. Just because the casting is bad, I'm not gonna discount the quality of all of those episodes. And again, with Lauren, it's really sad to see Emily leave, but the Lauren storyline was amazing and just so good. It felt like a whole other show, you know? It was just such a deep, deep storyline, and I loved everything about it. And then, like, not gonna lie, I think season 6 is Reid's best hair season, so I don't know, you tell me, which season did you guys like Reid's hair the most? Let me know in the comments. For me, it was season 6. Time for opinion 6. I think this one is kind of split. I think some people agree and some people disagree with this, but I think that Morgan and Garcia should never be a couple. Obviously, it's never actually gonna be a thing at this point anyway, because we know Morgan has a freaking child. I never ever wanted them to be a couple because I think that the relationship that they share is one that is just really, really close friends that really care about each other. I think if they were to put them together in a relationship, it would just kind of ruin that dynamic, and it would kind of be like a, for some people this might be true, like Jim and Pam, they were more interesting when they were flirting with each other and had crushes on each other than when they were actually together. I think the same would kind of happen in Criminal Minds, where if they put Morgan and Garcia together, then they would be less interesting all of a sudden, but I don't know, maybe that's just my opinion. but I think they make the cutest friends ever. Guys, I'm really scared to say this one. I don't want to say it because I know no one from Criminal Minds ever sees my videos, but if they ever did, I would feel so awful about this. Guys, I don't want to say it, but I'm gonna say it. Oh my god. Nobody tell anyone that I said this, okay? Of the whole cast, I think Joe Mantegna is the worst actor. Oh, that hurts so bad to say because, okay, I love Joe. Guys, I love him so much. I freaking think he's amazing. But I just think out of everyone, his acting is a little bit lower than the rest of them. I don't really want to talk about it too much. If you agree, you agree. If you disagree, you disagree. It's fine. Let's just move on to the next one. Opinion number 8. I think The Replicator was the most disappointing season-long storyline ever. This still upsets me to this day. The whole season, I was so invested in this storyline because the whole team was being stalked and there were always like, they'd have those shots where you'd see all the pictures of the team and you're like, oh my god, somebody's watching them, what's going on, who is it gonna be? And you couldn't wait to find out who this freaking person was. And then it was some random ass dude who had an issue with Blake and you were like, oh. Okay. What I really wanted it to be, I wanted it to be somebody we had already met earlier in like the series. I wanted it to be somebody from one of the early seasons, whether that be an unsub. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I really wanted it to be Jason Gideon, even though that would make absolutely no sense. I just thought that would be so cool if it was Jason Gideon stalking the team. I don't know why, but that would have been awesome. Anyway, I just really wanted it to be somebody we'd already met instead of some random dude that had an issue with a brand new character. I don't know. I feel like that might actually be a popular opinion. I'm not sure. Let me know if you guys also hated the Replicator storyline at the end because I thought it was just really lame. But this leads me into my 9th opinion and I really want to be clear with this. I loved Alex Blake. I think she was such a great character. She had such a great dynamic with the team as a whole, specifically with 2 characters. One with Rossi, I just thought their back and forth was really fun and really cute, and you know, honestly, I thought they could have made a good couple, but maybe that's just me. But also Blake's relationship with Reed, honestly, it felt like a mother-son relationship. Specifically when Reed was going through the whole situation with Maeve, also when he got shot. And then, oh my god, the whole way that Alex Blake left was so sad and it makes me cry every single time. But also the fact that Reed was there, that was her last moment on the show, was with Reed. I just loved the relationship that they had together. It was just this like, honestly, it felt like mother-son to me. It was beautiful and I loved it and I loved every second of it. It makes me sad that Alex Blake's character was paid dust and was disrespected and hated for no good reason because I think she was great. And I'm really sad that she was only there for 2 seasons because she was definitely better than the one that came after her. And that leads us to my last opinion for today. If you guys want me to do another one of these videos, let me know because I have a list a lot longer than 10 of my unpopular opinions. But my 10th unpopular opinion is that the show has too many repetitive elements. What do I mean by that? Well, here's the thing. I think that, you know, I love the jet. I think it's a cool place for a lot of cool, intimate moments to happen. But the main purpose for the jet, it's the same thing every time. They go on the jet, they talk about the case a little. Garcia calls and tells them that there's been another victim, and then they talk about it a little more, and then Hotch or Emily or whoever the team leader is at the time will be like, okay, when we get there, you're going to the crime scene, you're going to the police station. Like, I get it, and it's not like it makes the show any worse or anything, but I'm just like, okay, yeah, we know. I also think the way that they deliver the profile every episode is, it seems, I don't know, something about it is very weird. Like they all like take turns saying a line. It seems like they rehearsed the profile and like we're like, okay, so you're gonna say this part and you're gonna say this part and you're gonna say this part, and it's gonna be like a big dance that we do in front of all the cops. Like it's the same exact thing every time. That's just my opinion. It's a little repetitive in that sense, but again, I still love the show. So those are all the unpopular opinions that I'm gonna share with you guys today. Please, once again, know that I love Criminal Minds with my whole heart, and please don't take any of these things too seriously or like think that I'm bashing the show or hating on the show, because I love that show more than anything. It's the reason why I am where I am today, guys, so please know that. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!